Okay, so those valves held the kerosene pretty good enough for me, and so I'm gonna put the rest of the heads together. So that involves putting the HLAs back in, and then putting the rocker arms and springs on those, and that's all I'll do for the heads until I put them onto the engine. Um, so before I put these HLAs in, I just gotta fill their holes with some engine oil. So I'm just going to use this syringe and pull some out of here. Oh, not as full as I thought. I'll get another container for this. Okay, so I got my syringe full of motor oil, and I'm just going to squirt it into these holes and fill up these HLA holes. It looks like by filling up one, it gets leaked into the other ones as well. So it's probably enough to start with. I don't want to fill them right up because they'll just spill over. Get something to level this head out while I'm working with it here. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is I've already bled these HLA adjusters, or sorry, hydraulic lash adjusters, HLAs, but I'm going to just give them a quick go again, make sure all the air bubbles are out before I install them for good. For that, I'll need my handy dandy tappet, which is just a piece of rebar wire. Got some fresh kerosene here. Just gonna dunk them in, give them a couple squirts, make sure they don't move when I'm not pushing down. It's pretty solid. I'm just gonna slide it into its home. Pretty tight fit. I might have to pull some of this oil out of here actually. I think I might have put a little too much in. And do the same with the rest of these guys. Okay, that's all of them in there. I'm just gonna put those rocker arms on next. Okay, I'm gonna put the rocker arms in just like that. So that's how those go. And then the springs will get set in with the shorter one on the cam chain side. So that guy will sit across like that. The longer one on the other side. I'll sit across like that. I'll tighten those bolts down. Should be good to go. And there's little tabs on these springs to make sure that they line up properly. So I don't think you can get that wrong. little bit of place, so I'll just try and line them up the best I can. And I'll torque these down, and then that head is ready to be assembled when the engine's put together. Okay, so these screws are 6 millimeters, and the service manual says torque for those, general torque for 6 millimeter fasteners, is between 52 and 69 inch-pounds. So, right after I pull that guy out of there, I'll torque it up to that. Well, I'm going to try it at 60 first and see how that feels. It feels like it could go more. Oh, that moved my spring quite a bit. Let's see if I can't hold that spring in place better somehow. Okay, I was able to hold those springs in place all right with my needle nose pliers on the ends of them. I kind of just jammed them in there so they couldn't spin while I was tightening it up, and that seemed to work. I think I can get a little more torque on these, so I'm gonna go to 65 inch-pounds just to make sure that you don't come out on me, because that would be bad. There we go. That's good to go. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing with the rear head. Alright, I got this rear head assembled. Now I just gotta wait on some parts that are shipping, and then I can put the rest of this engine back together once they show up.